At the closing ceremony of the National Broadcasters Conference, media managers were tasked to invest in their staff. Stakeholders blamed the increasing lack of ethics amongst journalists today on lack of training by media owners and lack of personal training by journalists. More so, some journalists refuse to research on their own before their presentations. Ace radio presenter and executive director of Rabodev thinks the challenge is more attitudinal.
Training is extremely important because at least it broadens your horizon. You know the ethics of the job, which is lacking in the media, the electronic media today. A lot of them don't know the do's and don'ts, and so they just get on the air, say anything, do anything, and it creates a lot of problems. How many of them would even take time to look in the dictionary to pronounce words properly? And so if you don't have that commitment and dedication and that kind of attitude, then you're lagging behind.
He mentioned examples of petty mistakes that are not acceptable, but journalists continue to make.
You hear people saying, I think, because they always say that, if you don't speak the pidgin English or you're not in flow with, the yo-yo guys, then you have a problem. And so you hear people saying, I want to do some plumbing works. There's a bump, and everybody knows that, well, at least I know that it is plumbing works. It is a bomb to learn. Because if you want to get to the top, you can get to the top. But it takes commitment, dedication, effort, and passion. People should be reading a lot even off the job, but they don't do that. And so it's like I just have a job to do and not a job that I want to do.
Head of the School of Communication Studies at the University of Ghana, Professor Audrey Gadzekpo, said journalists today lack intellectual curiosity due to the lack of training.
Sometimes when you hear journalists in the media, their parochialness comes through. You can see that they don't have much knowledge about what happens anywhere else, and therefore their comments and their outlook and their perspectives on the issue are limited to what they've been hearing discussed in the bars.
Live presenter mentioning LPM is another major challenge that has marred the ethics of the media in recent times, and Professor Gadzekpo has these concerns.
No, you shouldn't. Your voice simply shouldn't be heard advertising, period. You have to make a distinction between, are you a news and information producer or are you a marketer? Which are you? Because you are deceiving the public. And I think that that's the sort of thing that the broadcast bill that is being discussed ought to address.
She added that the media has no excuse in terms of poor salaries, but to respect the standards.
We don't tolerate bad, unprofessional, unethical behavior simply because we are not paid well. So the onus is on the media industries to pay people well. One of the most exploited professions in Ghana is the media profession. And it's amazing to me, they are taking up everybody else's cause. When it comes to their own, they are silent. I think that it's time for media professionals to get together and say that these are the terms and conditions. Can you imagine if you all decided you won't work anymore? We will go blank for one day. What will happen?
The communications professor, Audrey Gadzekpo, noted it is about time that the public who incur losses as a result of LPM sue media men for false advertising messages.